Hi everyone, it's Marie here again. I am making some sort of DIY angel wings today, and I kind of want to hang these up for some Christmas decor. I'm making gonna try to make them really fluffy, and you'll see how I'm gonna do that. First of all, I made these by just taking a piece of cardboard. It was a cardboard box, and then I took just a regular piece of paper and kind of drew out the shape of one wing, and then I traced it onto the box, and then I flipped it and traced the other side so that both sides would be exactly the same. Now if you don't want to go ahead and try to draw your own wing, you could go and maybe print something off of the internet, maybe on Pinterest or something. You could find a little template for a wing, but I'm not too worried about having like the perfect shape because I'm going to be covering it with these coffee filters, so you're not really going to see this as much. You just kind of need the basic shape, and then it's going to look like angel wings anyway. So what I did is I cut that out of the box like I already said, and I painted the background. I painted it because I thought if you had a little bit peeking through, it's still going to be white like the coffee filters, and so that way you're not going to accidentally see some of that cardboard peeking through. I tried to get a little bit of paint on the sides too. I'm not worried about the back because that's not going to be seen, but if you're going to hang this in a window or something, you could go ahead and paint the back, or you could put like a pattern piece of paper or something here, maybe some music notes or some French script would look really nice, but where I'm going to hang it, it's not going to be seen, so I'm not worried about that. The paint I used to paint this with was Tattered Angels Decor and DIY paint, and this is their crystal, and it's just a really bright white, and I really love it, and I use this paint on everything. So that kind of gave me my background to get started with, and then for the middle here, I wrapped it with some Canvas Corp twine or jute because I kind of laid out some of the coffee filters before I started filming just to kind of see how it would look, and then I wasn't sure how to put coffee filters in the middle here without it looking weird, so I thought if I'm going to have a little gap there, I'll wrap it in twine, and that'll make it look a little bit better. Plus that way maybe I can put some more twine on the back or something to hang it with, so you might want to think about how you want to do that yourself. Twine, string, or garland, anything that might work. So I'm going to be using my hot glue gun, and I'm going to start from the bottom and just layer up. So what I want to do is just kind of fold my coffee filters, folding it in half and then in half again, so I have this little triangle shape, and then just lay it out on my cardboard wings, put a little bit of hot glue down, and then stick my wings on, or my coffee filters. Now I'm using hot glue because I'm kind of impatient and I like to work fast. If you want to use like a wet glue, that might work too. Just try not to use too much to make it sort of bleed through the coffee filters. And between some of these folds, I'm going to add a little glue too, just to keep them down. And I'm just going to keep on stacking them over each other and building them up. Now at the top here, I'm going to glue this down. And then I'm going to take this and just wrap it around the back. And that way you're still going to get that curve on the top of your wings without it looking too awkward with your coffee filters sticking out the top. I'm just kind of mapping that out where I need to put those. So that finishes one side, really fluffy, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the very same thing on the other side, and we'll see how it looks once I have that covered. Okay, so I have both sides covered, and this is what it looks like so far. You can go ahead and fluff up some of the coffee filters. I went ahead and just kind of did this really quickly, just layering this on. If you're a little bit more particular and you want this to look, see more of the shape, you might want to fold your coffee filters smaller, put them closer together. That way you'll get more ruffles too, but I'm kind of time constraint here, so I'm working quickly. But one last thing I kind of wanted to do, I think, is I'm going to take some Dazzling Diamonds. This is Glimmer Mist. It doesn't add any color, but it adds some shimmer. And I'm just going to spray this all over the whole thing because I just want to get some shimmer and glitter in there like you would think angel wings might have. So I put a really good layer down. Now coffee filters like to absorb the liquid, so they're kind of pretty wet right now. I'm going to go ahead and sort of fluff them around a little bit. Now since they're wet, you can kind of work with them, fluff them up the way you want them. And then if you hit them with your heat tool or if you just let them dry, they're gonna kind of stay however you crunched them up. So hopefully this is kind of helping to sort of blend all those coffee filters together so you don't quite see where each one ends and the next one starts. And at the same time giving it some really nice shimmer. Okay, so not totally dry, but dry enough. And hopefully, I don't know if you can see some of the shimmer on there. It's kind of hard to see on camera in this light. But I really like how it looks after you kind of get it wet and crumple it up. I think it just gives it a little bit fluffier of a look. And the shimmer is actually giving it a little bit more of an iridescent kind of look, which I think is really cool. So you could leave it as is and just hang it up. I want to get some letters and make a little banner to put across here that says the word peace. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to cut those letters out with my Cricut or if I'm going to try to find some of them letters in my stash. So I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out how I'm going to pull that off, and then I'll be back to show you the finished product. So I did go ahead and use my Cricut to cut out some letters. I used a piece of sort of light blue, kind of turquoise color paper to do a shadow in the back. And then I took some white glitter paper and I put the letters on the front. So you get a word that has a shadow in the back and the letter in the front. And I thought it was kind of nice to have this light blue because it looks really, I don't know, I like that sort of color combination. It's a little untraditional for Christmas, so you could use some different colors if you wanted. You could wrap ribbon up here instead of twine. I took some Canvas Corp mini clothespins too to just clip it on the sides here. So yeah, that's about it. Pretty simple project. You can always customize it to make it look the way you want. I think it would be kind of pretty to put some lace and different like handmade flowers in the middle. So there's a lot of different things you can do. But hopefully this gives you an idea. I'm going to go ahead and hang this on my window in my hallway that I repurposed. I have a old window hanging up in my hallway and I kind of like to change it up for the seasons. Right now there's an old wreath on it. I'm going to take that off and hang up my wing. So hopefully I'll get a few pictures of that to put up on my blog. Otherwise, if you liked this, go ahead and click like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time in some more videos. Bye!